Today I'm going to make a casting of this small pattern that I made. This is for a front end loader part that I can't get, so I'm going to cast it in silicon bronze. And I'm going to build a little core first of all. This after I put this parting compound on here. This is a zip slip aluminum based fast drying compound that will keep it from sticking in the sand. You don't have to use it, but I have some and it's convenient, so I'm going to use it. But I'm going to build a little core out of some CO2 core sand that will make it just a little easier for me to mold this part later on. It's certainly not necessary. There's plenty of draft in here, but it's a good opportunity to show you how it works. Doesn't take long for this stuff to dry, and it will keep the core sand from sticking in this hole. So this is a CO2 based core sand. So just the way I'm going to mold this thing later on, this is the way I want to do it. That'll save me some time. And anyway, this right here is going to be a core print. The core, or this will create a core print. This whole movie thing's a whole lot harder than I thought. Anyway, this gas is carbon dioxide. It will harden this core sand. All I need is a little bit of an odd shape on here to register it in the sand mold. Doesn't have to be anything specific, but not uniform either, so it really only fits in one way. And that's my core. I'm going to go ahead and mold this part here in a little bit, and I'll melt some metal and see if we can make a part. Okay, so here's the pattern with the core in it that we made earlier. I'm going to set this in the flask. Put a little parting compound on there, even though I've already got the silver compound on it. Got some nice green sand mixed up, ready to go. I'll ram it in with my hand rammer. Set the corners first here so they don't, it's nice and tight around the edge of the flask. Don't need a lot of ramming with this particular pattern. Set the bottom board. Roll it over. A little more parting compound to keep the sand from sticking to itself. In this particular pattern, I'm going to pour through a caliper riser, which is a insulator, a filter, all in one. I don't have to do any gating or anything. These things are really handy. They're about $4 a piece. You got to buy 100 of them a time, so they're a little spendy. But in this situation, it works perfect for me. A little more sand in there. Compact this layer. Let's get around the edges first so it doesn't, I don't miss it. It doesn't have a tendency to leak out. I'll pour this casting right in the flask that it's in. Normally I would, it's a snap flask so I can take it out and make more, but I'm just doing one right now. All there is to it. Making a lot of noise. And there's the pattern embedded in the sand. This little screw will down into the pattern so I can get a grip on it and pull it out. Get it knocked around just a little bit to loosen up the hole. Core comes right out with it. Blew off any loose sand and parting compound. Core will set right back in its hole it made. Close up the mold and it's ready to pour. So I've got about 20-pound crucible in this furnace, and it's got some silicon bronze in it. I'm going to melt that down and pour it into the mold that we just made. So that's going to take a little while to melt. This is silicon bronze. It's at about 2,000 degrees. So if we get lucky and don't have any problems. Well, it hasn't been very long, but I'm reasonably sure that it's solidified to the point that I can take it out of the mold. So let's see what we got. like what we're looking for. That is some hot sand. I'll let it sit there until it's cool, and I'll cut that riser off and machine it how I need it. There's the finished casting. Weighs about 16 pounds with the riser. All in all, turned out pretty good. I cut the riser off and do the machine work on it, and I'll have a part for my front end loader. Here's the finished part from the casting. Only weighs about 8 pounds now, but worked out perfectly. Looks exactly what I need.